Okay, I think we're sort of 1 minute in here, and we're being recorded anyway, so people who can't make it today can always listen back on YouTube. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining. My name's Richard. I'm sort of head of product at Nostra, and today also we have Pujeet from Nostra as well. Do you want to introduce yourself, Pujeet?
Yeah, for sure. Uh, Thank you, Richard. So my name is Pujeet, and I'm the business development manager at Nostra and Tempest. Really excited to be here. Thanks.
Abs Absolutely, and so today we're have a special guest, Ishmael from the Argent team. Hey Ishmael.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, so I'm Ismael, product lead for Argent X, which is the first browser extension wallet for StarkNet.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us, sir. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So yeah, let's get kicked off. Could you just give us a little bit of a rundown of what Argent does, what it's about, and yeah, if you give us a little introduction.
Sure. Yeah, so in a nutshell, Argent is a company founded in 2018 with a goal of bringing blockchain to mainstream users. And the first product and the main product up until now has been the mobile wallet, which was the first smart contract wallet on Ethereum. And right now, currently, it supports Ethereum Layer 1 and ZK Sync V1. Also, recently, we launched Argent X, which is the project I'm working on, which is the first browser extension wallet for StarkNet. Yeah, we've been developing it since December of last year. Yep.
Nice. So just so I get this right, so your mobile app doesn't support StarkNet at the moment. It's only your
Not
web browser.
yet. Exactly. Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, we're
Soon.
working on it. Exactly.
Soon TM. Fantastic. Okay, great. I mean, could you just maybe tell us a bit more about the reason why you guys decided to support StarkNet? I mean, given that you started with ZK Sync, was there any reason or objective or thesis around it?
Yeah. So basically, at Argent, we have always believed that ZK rollups are the way to go in terms of scalability, and this is backed by many other people in the ecosystem, right? I think at this point it's pretty clear that we're moving towards a blockchain ecosystem where ZK rollups are the central part, no, versus optimistic rollups, for example. And we decided to bet on ZK Sync and StarkNet in particular because of the proven technology in StarkNet, specifically because the Starkware team has already proven that their technology works with StarkX in some dApps, but also because they, in particular, ZK Sync and StarkNet, really pay attention to wallet UX, and it's something that we really care about. And basically, with this, they support account abstraction by default, which makes wallet UX way better. Yeah, so that's basically it. And we can talk about account abstraction, what it means, and why we're betting on ZK rollups that have native support for it.
Right. That's great. So, do you mind if you could dive more into the key features of StarkNet maybe that probably enables Argent to solve the users' problems maybe?
Yeah, for sure. So for us at Argent, it's really important, as I said, the that a chain supports account abstraction by default, right? We try to make um, smart contracts, smart contract wallets on Ethereum, and that's great. It works, but it really poses some challenges, like some dApps not being compatible with smart contract wallets, and yeah, it's just way better if all users are onboarded by default with smart contract wallets. And just to make a quick recap to about what a kind of abstraction means and the differences between traditional wallets or chains that don't include it. So a kind of abstraction, basically, to explain it, I guess we have to go make a little explanation of how accounts work on Ethereum. So right now on Ethereum, there are two types of accounts: the EOAs, or externally owned accounts, and smart contracts, right? An EOA, it's an account controlled by a private key, and smart contracts are controlled by their code with arbitrary logic. What Argent does on Ethereum layer 1 right now is have a smart contract that acts as a manager of the funds of the user, and this allows us to include arbitrary logic in it that helps us improve UX massively. Stuff like some key recovery mechanisms or advanced signing schemes. That's something that we think that it's fundamental for the adoption of blockchain from mainstream users. And account abstraction means that basically, instead of a chain having two different types of accounts, all the accounts are smart contracts. StarkNet includes this by default, so all the accounts are smart contracts, which means that all the accounts that users use to manage their funds can include this arbitrary logic that will help UX massively.
No, yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Ismael, for the breakdown. And I think, when you think about the user journey of a sort of typical crypto user, one of the first things they interact with is a wallet. And so, getting the UX right there kind of paves the way. And also it's probably one of the highest frequent sort of applications that's used. It kind of really sets the tone. So it's really exciting that, you guys are sort of working on this and thinking about account abstraction, improving the user experience.
Right, exactly. So when I first got into crypto a couple of years ago, I it was pretty clear to me that in order for my friends or my parents to use it, there shouldn't be, so all their funds shouldn't be controlled by a seed phrase that they put in a piece of paper or a hardware wallet that can be lost or compromised very easily. So yeah, it's pretty clear for us at Argent and more broadly in the blockchain ecosystem that smart contract wallets are the way to go. And yeah, it's great to see it being supported in StarkNet.
Right. Thanks, Ismail, for that. So another thing that I'd like to ask is that the mobile wallet for Argent supports ZK Sync at the moment. So do you have plans to add StarkNet in the near future? And are you all approaching integrations at the moment, or what's your plan?
Yeah, so we're definitely working on StarkNet for mobile. The reason why we haven't done it yet is basically because StarkNet was on alpha stages, and we didn't want to push this to our end users. But that's the reason why we decided to kind of separate these two products, Argent Mobile and Argent X. So in order for us to kind of dive into the StarkNet ecosystem and prove that our smart contract wallets work, we decided to create Argent X as a separate product from our end user product, which is the mobile wallet. So with and also other reasons to start ArgentX was that StarkNet basically needed a wallet for developers to start working with, and we were basically the most experienced team developing smart contract wallets. So we collaborated with the StarkNet team to kind of set the standard for how smart contract wallets will work. And but now that the regenesis is coming up and it seems like StarkNet is reaching a stable release soon, we will be launching StarkNet on mobile as soon as that's ready.
Fantastic. That's good to hear. So at the moment you have a few DeFi integrations in your mobile app, in the Argent mobile app. How are you guys thinking about DeFi and the interactions of a user with regards to DeFi and also sort of NFTs and the Web3 ecosystem? Are you thinking of like a sort of fully integrated experience, or how do you kind of consider their user journey?
Right. So for us, I think everyone in the blockchain ecosystem has big ideas of where blockchain technology could take us, but the reality is that DeFi right now is the main use of blockchains, right? So at Argent, we're trying to make the common actions that users perform easier to use for them, right? So we're not going to include we're not going to develop ourselves an exchange or anything like that. But given that other teams are very good at doing this already, we try to integrate these services into our mobile app so that users can benefit from them just by having a few taps on their mobile app. If they would like to have some more advanced functionality, we will always redirect them to the DApp.
Nice. And Ismael, could you sort of perhaps double click on some more benefits of account abstraction? Like, what problem does it solve specifically for the users?
So right, with account abstraction, basically, as we mentioned earlier, we can have accounts that have arbitrary logic for handling the verification of a signature, right? So basically, with account abstraction, you can also have multi-call, which basically means that a bunch of transactions can be bundled into one. So, and this has many benefits, that basically savings of gas. So transactions are cheaper, and UX is greatly improved because, for example, for swapping a token, you first need to, on Ethereum layer 1, you first need to approve the token amount and then send it to the DApp to make the swap. So on ArgentX on StarkNet, we can do that directly with a single transaction because that the logic of handling different calls to different contracts is built into the smart contract of the Argent wallet, right? Other key benefit from using Argent contracts is the key recovery mechanisms, right? So in traditional wallets, users have to always be or care about the seed phrase that controls their account, right? In Argent wallets, users can set a guardian that in case the user's key is compromised or lost, the guardian can trigger a mechanism by which the user will recover the control of that account. And so users don't have to be worrying all the time about losing their seed phrase. Those are kind of the main benefits that we offer now, and some other stuff that we're working on that's kind of in a beta stage is the concept of session keys. This is also something that we think it's going to revolutionize games on StarkNet and kind of bring the second big use case of blockchain to mainstream users. So the first one is kind of DeFi that we already talked about, and we see a lot of potential in games on StarkNet. And with session keys that are or will be available soon on Argent wallets, dApps can perform transactions on chain on behalf of the user. So in practice, this means that when you're playing a game, for example, on a blockchain game, you don't have to approve every action on ArgentX. So right now, if the user is in the middle of a game and they need to confirm any change that goes in the blockchain, they will keep getting requests from ArgentX pop-ups to confirm every transaction, right? With session keys, we give the dApp the permission to perform certain actions that we, of course, pre-approve or ask the user to approve. And then, yeah, with that, the user can keep playing the game without having to worry about pop-ups or breaking the flow of the game. That's one thing. And also, on top of that, we're also working on our fraud monitor system, which coupled with this advanced signing mechanism, we will request a transaction to be signed by your fraud monitor system. That Argent will be one of those available, and basically no transaction can't go in the blockchain without you as the signer and the fraud monitor system co-signing it. So this means that even if you lose the access to your wallet, or someone steals your laptop or something like that, and they get access to your Argent X account, they won't be able to perform these kind of things because the fraud monitor system will block those transactions.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I think security is one of the big sort of roadblocks for a lot of users to come on board to Web3. I think it's quite a burden to ask people to store their keys and this sort of 12-word phrase or 24-word phrase safely, and if you lose it, then you're potentially everything's gone. So yeah, I think it's a quite big psychological barrier that many people have, and it's great to hear that you guys are front and center of trying to solve this. And in a similar way to what we're doing at Nostra, like we recently announced the Nostra swap pivot, which is a part of the bigger picture for us, just creating sort of liquidity layer of StarkNet. And what that sort of means is, like, all users need in one place a fully integrated DeFi experience. If you want to lend or borrow or mint a stablecoin or swap a stablecoin, you can do it in one place. And that's how we're kind of thinking about the user experience holistically, in what I think is where we're kind of going. Yeah, so it's interesting. Sorry, please.
Yeah, I was going to say that this kind of functionality we're going to try to include at some point on ArgentX for sure. And yeah, as I said earlier, we're trying to not build the projects ourselves if competent teams are already working on it. So I can see a future Nostra integration on ArgentX for sure.
That's really good to hear.
It's very good to hear. So yeah, I mean, could you like give us perhaps paint a picture of what Argent looks like in 1 year in your mind? Bull or bear market? Let's put that aside. We pick up our tools and we build. What does Argent look like?
Right.
Next year.
It's time to build now.
Exactly.
So what I see, basically, it's a lot of Argent's developments regarding StarkNet are going to be kind of determined by the StarkNet coming out of alpha, right? So StarkNet being decentralized and on mainnet after the regenesis is going to affect a lot our products, right? So first of all, StarkNet is going to come on the mobile app, and yeah, with the stuff that we're working on right now, like the fraud monitor system or the session keys for games. I think in 1 year time we're gonna have an extremely improved UX for wallets. Like it's gonna be completely different from what we've been dealing with for the past few years, and that's all gonna be enabled by StarkNet's account abstraction.
That's great. That's great. I look forward to seeing that, as well as a Nostra integration into Argent. The people are waiting. Ismael, I want to sort of give you a big thanks for joining us today, and sparing some of your time and breaking down some of the problems and pain points around the user experience, and how Argent and yourself is thinking about it and tackling those. So super excited for what you guys can bring to the ecosystem, which I think completely benefits everybody, including Nostra as well. Just a couple of shout outs first before we wrap up. We have our London StarkNet meetup tomorrow in London. All the tickets are sold out, unfortunately, but there will be more. Friday there's a Belgrade StarkNet meetup, and so I think that's also pretty much sold out. Again, there will be more, and also we just recently to hire across marketing, and product and operations. So if you're interested and looking for something there, then please check out our Twitter. And Ismael, I'll give the final words to you. Do you have any sort of shout outs to make before we end?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me, and thanks for helping spread the word about StarkNet and the benefits of account abstraction. And yeah, thanks for the great work that you guys are doing. And just as an announcement, we're hiring a Cairo developer, and also we have other job postings on our job posting list. Yeah, so if you're interested and you like what we're doing, please go check it out. We'll be happy to hear about you.
Fantastic. It's time to build. Well, Ismael, thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. And we should do it again one day.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. See you, everybody.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.